The Amazon rainforest is a world so vast that even those who have spent their entire lives within it describe it as endless. Stretching across 9 countries and covering millions of square kilometers, it forms a green ocean at the heart of South America. Viewed from above, it appears as a single continuous canopy, an immense carpet of life that expands to the horizon. But beneath this wide, rolling surface lies a labyrinth of interconnected ecosystems, each with its own character, its own struggles, its own quiet miracles. The story of the Amazon begins long before humans ever set foot on its soil. For more than 55 million years, the forest has grown, fallen, burned, regrown, and reshaped itself. It has survived earthquakes, shifting continents, rising seas, and eras when the planet itself nearly collapsed. And through all of it, life here found a way not just to persist, but to thrive. In this world, evolution doesn't take centuries. It takes moments. Every plant, every insect, every creature adapts, competes, or disappears. The Amazon has never been a gentle place, but it is a place where life has learned to flourish under constant pressure. As dawn approaches, the rainforest slowly transitions from shadow to light. The first sounds are soft and almost hesitant. Faint chirps, rustling leaves, distant calls that echo through the canopy. Then, as the sun climbs higher, the forest awakens fully. Dozens of bird species begin their morning chorus, filling the air with an overwhelming tapestry of sound. In the branches above, the scarlet macaw spreads its wings, revealing feathers that seem to glow in the golden morning light. These birds travel in pairs, often staying with a single partner for life. Their calls are loud, sharp, and unmistakable, echoing across the forest like bursts of color turned into sound. At the forest floor, where daylight filters down in broken fragments, the world feels entirely different. The ground is dark, damp, and thick with vegetation. Fallen leaves create a soft carpet that absorbs sound, making footsteps nearly silent. In this dim world, insects rule. Ant colonies stretch in networks so complex they rival human cities. Leafcutter ants march in organized lines, carrying pieces of fresh foliage above their heads like tiny green sails. These ants do not eat the leaves they collect. Instead, they use them to grow a fungus that serves as their sole food source. Their precision, efficiency, and cooperation are essential to their survival, and their impact on the forest is enormous. They shape the soil, influence plant growth, and quietly maintain the balance of this ecosystem. Higher in the trees, spider monkeys move from branch to branch with astonishing speed. Their prehensile tails curl around branches with the strength of another limb, allowing them to swing gracefully across the canopy. They rely on fruiting trees that may only bear fruit once every few years, forcing them to travel long distances and remember paths passed down for generations. These monkeys rarely come to the ground, preferring the safety and abundance of the treetops. Their presence is vital. As they eat fruit and move through the forest, they scatter seeds that will one day grow into new trees, continuing the cycle of life. The rivers that cut through the Amazon are worlds unto themselves. They are vast, winding corridors that connect distant regions, carrying not only water, but also nutrients, sediment, and life. The Amazon River, the largest river on Earth by volume, supplies more fresh water to the oceans than the next 7 largest rivers combined. Its flow shapes coastlines, influences storms, and helps regulate the planet's climate. Within these waters, The pink river dolphin glides through the murky depths. Unlike their ocean-dwelling relatives, these dolphins have adapted to life in winding channels, flooded forests, and ever-changing currents. Their flexible necks allow them to maneuver around submerged branches and roots. These dolphins are shy, often avoiding human contact, but their presence is a reminder of how much the jungle depends on its rivers, and how much the rivers depend on the jungle. Deeper still, where light barely reaches, lies a world few humans will ever see. Electric eels generate powerful shocks that help them navigate, hunt, and defend themselves. Piranhas, contrary to myth, are shy and cautious, often swimming in schools for protection rather than aggression. Giant river turtles nest on sandy shores, returning year after year to lay their eggs. And once in a rare moment, if the timing is right and the season is perfect, an enormous school of shimmering silver fish migrates upriver, creating a spectacle that transforms the water into a living mirror. As midday approaches, the heat intensifies. Humidity climbs until the air feels heavy, almost drinkable. Clouds gather above the canopy, forming slowly and silently. The forest breathes out moisture, which rises into the sky and condenses into clouds that will later fall as rain. In many ways, the Amazon creates its own weather, a self-sustaining cycle that has shaped the region for millennia. This midday stillness hides an immense amount of activity. Beneath the surface, plants are hard at work, absorbing sunlight, converting it into energy, and releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. The Amazon produces a significant portion of the planet's oxygen, not because it makes more than anywhere else, but because it is so vast. The forest acts as one enormous lung, breathing with a rhythm older than humanity. Butterflies in countless colors drift through beams of sunlight. Some are as vivid as stained glass. Others are nearly invisible, blending perfectly into the background. These insects play vital roles as pollinators, drawing connections between thousands of plants. Some plants rely on a single species of butterfly for survival, a fragile relationship built over millions of years. In another corner of the forest, a sloth hangs motionless from a tree branch, its slow movements a direct adaptation to life in a world filled with predators. By moving slowly, sloths avoid detection. Algae grows on their fur, giving them a greenish tint that blends seamlessly with the canopy. Every aspect of their existence is a compromise between energy conservation and survival. As the sun begins to lower, shadows stretch across the forest. The air becomes cooler, and the forest begins its gradual shift toward night. Evening brings new sounds, new behaviors, new dangers, but it also brings a sense of renewal, as if the forest itself is preparing for another cycle of existence. This is the Amazon in just a single day, one small glimpse into a world that defies imagination. As daylight softens, the rainforest begins to shift. The transition between afternoon and night creates a brief moment where both day and night creatures share the forest at once. Diurnal animals prepare for rest, while nocturnal species begin to stir. This overlap creates a symphony unlike anything heard during the bright hours. Birds sing their final calls, monkeys let out shrill cries as they gather in groups, and insects hum steadily as their numbers grow. The fading sun casts golden rays that pierce through the treetops and illuminate patches of the forest floor. In these final hours of light, the flora seems to glow. Bromeliads shimmer with droplets collected from humid air. Ferns, some the size of small trees, sway gently, stirred by movements from unseen animals passing through the undergrowth. Every plant here has carved out its own strategy for survival, whether through climbing, clinging, competing, or simply enduring. A deep rumble in the distance signals the approach of evening storms. These storms are a defining feature of the Amazon, arriving suddenly and announcing themselves with thunder that rolls across the canopy like the growl of some ancient creature. Trees sway and leaves shiver as the wind passes through, carrying the scent of rain before a single drop has fallen. When the clouds finally burst, the sky opens with immense force. Rain cascades down in sheets, drumming loudly on leaves, branches, and the forest floor. The downpour can last minutes or hours, but whichever the case, the effect is the same. The forest is washed, cooled, and renewed. Water gathers into streams that feed rivers, and the cycle of life continues without pause. Amphibians thrive in this wet, vibrant world. Tiny, brilliantly colored frogs emerge, hopping between leaves and bark. Their colors serve as warnings to predators. Many of them possess toxins strong enough to deter even the boldest hunters. These frogs live brief but impactful lives, playing a crucial role in controlling insect populations and acting as indicators of the forest's health. The more sensitive the species, the more their presence or absence reveals about the environment. As night settles fully, the forest transforms. Darkness here is not like darkness elsewhere. It is thick and absolute, broken only by moonlight that filters through the canopy or the bioluminescent glow from certain fungi and insects. Fireflies drift through the open spaces, their gentle pulses of light creating patterns that resemble floating constellations. The night sky above reveals stars untouched by urban glow, shining with a clarity modern civilization rarely sees. Predators now take the stage. Jaguars, elusive masters of the night, begin their silent hunts. Their padded paws make no sound as they move through the undergrowth. These apex predators rely on perfect timing, powerful jaws, and immense strength. They are capable swimmers, often stalking prey along riverbanks or even diving underwater to catch unsuspecting animals. In the dense jungle, their presence is rarely seen but always felt. Another hunter prowls the canopy. The ocelot, smaller than the jaguar but no less capable, uses its keen senses to track rodents, birds, and reptiles. Its spotted coat blends perfectly with branches and leaves, allowing it to remain invisible until the moment it strikes. Stealth defines its existence. Survival here depends on going unseen. Bats flutter through the darkness, emerging from tree hollows and cave systems. They feed on fruits, insects, and nectar. Their role is essential. As they move between flowers, they help pollinate plants that bloom only at night. Some species of bats are so specialized that entire plant species depend on their visits. Without them, certain flowers would simply disappear from the forest forever. Floating above the rivers are faint ripples, signs of movement beneath the surface. The nocturnal world of the Amazon's waterways is equally rich. Giant catfish swim slowly, navigating currents with wide, sweeping tails. Caimans lie motionless along the banks, their eyes reflecting moonlight like amber jewels. They wait patiently for prey to approach the water's edge, relying on stealth rather than speed. In this realm, quiet patience often determines survival. Insects, however, dominate the night. Moths with wings the size of a human hand drift through the air, attracted to the faint glow of moonlit leaves. Katydids, their bodies shaped like leaves, produce rhythmic clicks and chirps that fill the forest with sound. Some mimic the calls of other species to confuse predators or attract mates. The strategies they employ are endless, each honed by millions of years of evolution. The forest floor becomes a network of movement as rodents, snakes, and small mammals venture out. The agouti, a shy creature with sharp senses, uses this time to forage for nuts and fallen fruits. Its strong teeth are capable of cracking the tough shells of Brazil nuts, a task few other animals can manage. By burying uneaten nuts in the soil, agoutis inadvertently plant new trees, shaping the very forest they depend on. Higher in the branches, nocturnal birds begin to call. Owls with wide, watchful eyes glide silently between trees. Their wings are engineered to muffle sound, allowing them to approach prey undetected. Their calls echo through the canopy, becoming part of the soundtrack that defines Amazonian nights. Deep in the forest, night brings a fleeting sense of calm. The heat has eased, the winds have softened, and the cycle of life flows steadily onward. Yet this calm is deceptive. Danger lies everywhere, not out of malice, but out of necessity. In this ancient world, survival is a constant exchange. Energy passed from one creature to another, life feeding life in an endless loop. In the faintest hours of night, when even the predators seem to rest, another transformation begins. The air grows cooler, and mist begins to form over the rivers. The canopy becomes a dark, textured silhouette against the star-filled sky. This moment marks the slow approach of dawn. In these few quiet hours, the forest seems to hold its breath, suspended between darkness and light, waiting for a new day to renew the cycle once more. Before dawn breaks, the Amazon rests in a delicate balance between darkness and awakening. The mist thickens, rising from the forest floor like breath from an unseen giant. It drifts through trunks and vines, softening the outlines of everything it touches. In this half-world of gray and shadow, movement begins quietly. Ants resume their marching lines before the first birds start calling. Small mammals scurry to their nests, carrying whatever food they have gathered during the night. Even the predators retreat into their hiding places, their night's work done. The first signals of morning are faint, the gentle rustling of leaves, the far-off trill of a single bird, the subtle shift of air temperature. Then, as the horizon brightens, the forest stirs with greater strength. A low murmur builds across the canopy, growing louder and more diverse with every passing minute. With the arrival of sunlight, a wave of warmth spreads across the rainforest. Dew evaporates from leaves, releasing a soft haze that blurs the boundary between earth and sky. Birds emerge in spectacular fashion. Toucanets, parrots, macaws, and tanagers take to the air, their wings creating bursts of color between branches. Flocks move with shimmering fluidity, splitting apart and reuniting effortlessly. Their calls echo through the forest, creating a layered soundscape that seems almost orchestrated. The forest, which had whispered through the night, now sings loudly of life and abundance. At the canopy's highest points, the sun reaches leaves that have waited all night. For this moment, photosynthesis resumes at full speed. Trees drink in the light, converting it into energy that sustains not only themselves, but the countless organisms depending on them. Entire communities of epiphytic plants, Orchids, bromeliads, ferns cling to trunks and branches, gathering moisture from the air and sunlight from above. Each plant, each leaf, each root has its own niche in a finely tuned system. Moving downward, life becomes denser. Monkeys call to one another as they travel in small groups, their movements deliberate and precise. Howler monkeys, with their deep, resonant voices, let out notes that roll across kilometers. These calls serve as territory markers, declarations of presence in a world where space is both abundant and contested. Below them, spider monkeys move quickly, leaping between branches with ease as they search for ripe fruits. Their agility is unmatched, their bodies built for a world in constant motion. As the morning progresses, larger mammals emerge. Tapirs wander cautiously along trails carved over generations. Their heavy bodies move quietly over soft soil, leaving prints that will soon be washed away by the next rainfall. These creatures play a crucial role in dispersing seeds, carrying them long distances in their digestive systems before depositing them in new locations. In doing so, they shape the forest's future, one seed at a time. Deeper in the jungle, anacondas lie in wait near riverbanks, half submerged in shallow water. Motionless and silent, they rely on patience rather than pursuit. These massive reptiles can grow to lengths that seem almost unreal, yet they remain well hidden, blending perfectly into the murky waters. Their strikes are quick and precise, once again demonstrating that in the Amazon, success often belongs to the patient. As midday approaches once more, heat builds beneath the canopy. The air grows dense and heavy, saturated with moisture. The forest becomes a mosaic of light and shadow, colors and textures shifting subtly with every movement of the leaves. It is during these hours that insects thrive. Swarms of bees and butterflies move from flower to flower, ensuring pollination across vast distances. Some species of butterflies gather in large groups near riverbanks, drinking mineral-rich water that fuels their long journeys through the forest. Meanwhile, among the roots and undergrowth, beetles of all shapes and sizes crawl, tunnel, and burrow. Some are jewel-like, glistening in metallic hues. Others are armored, built for battles so small they go unnoticed by larger creatures. They break down fallen wood, recycle nutrients, and help maintain the forest's cycle of decay and renewal. Without them, the Amazon would quickly drown in its own abundance. In the rivers, life remains constant. Schools of fish navigate channels with swift, synchronized movements. River otters splash playfully along the banks, hunting for fish and socializing in groups. Their sleek fur glistens under sunlight, signaling their excellent health in a habitat rich with resources. Turtles sunbathe on half-submerged logs, extending their necks and limbs to absorb warmth after a cold night in the water. Human presence, though sparse, has also shaped the Amazon for thousands of years. Indigenous communities live in harmony with the forest, guided by centuries of accumulated knowledge. They understand the signs of changing weather, the patterns of animal behavior, the medicinal properties of plants, and the cycles that govern this immense ecosystem. Their knowledge is not written in books, but passed down orally through generations. It is knowledge built through patience, observation, and deep respect for the land. As afternoon transitions into evening once again, the cycle repeats. The heat softens, the light becomes golden, and the forest takes on a calmer tone. Animals retreat to resting spots. Flowers that bloom only in daylight begin to close, while others prepare to open, filling the air with scents that attract nighttime pollinators. The river reflects shades of orange and pink as the sky transitions to dusk, creating a mirror-like surface that briefly brings serenity to the restless waters. Night falls with a sensation both peaceful and unsettling. The Amazon at night is alive in ways that defy imagination, yet it is also a world of shadows, where danger hides behind every whisper of wind. Frogs begin their nightly calls, insects take the lead in sound-making, and the forest's chorus slowly rebuilds itself from the ground up. For a moment, it feels as though the entire jungle is exhaling. But the true depth of the Amazon lies not only in its beauty or its dangers, but in its resilience. Fires may scar its edges, storms may break its branches, floods may reshape its rivers, yet the forest continues to heal. Seeds buried beneath the soil rise again. Trees lost to storms create openings for new life. Rivers shift, carving new paths. And through all these changes, the Amazon remains a world in constant motion, alive, breathing, evolving. As the final moments of this day settle into darkness, the forest stands as a reminder of the intricate balance that sustains life on Earth. It is a place of both gentleness and ferocity, beauty and hardship, silence and thunder. A place where the smallest insect and the largest predator are woven into the same tapestry. And as long as the forest stands, as long as its rivers flow and its leaves drink in the sun, the world will continue to feel the pulse of a life force older than time, deeper than memory, and stronger than any challenge it has ever faced.